Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and welcome to the beautiful west coast of Canada in southern British Columbia. Most of Canada right now is digging out of snow, and as you can see here, we're still driving our old vehicles around enjoying the weather. Now, I mean, it's not warm out, but it also isn't cold. Anyways, we wanted to introduce you before she gets put away for the winter to Betsy, the most reliable vehicle I've ever owned. This truck's never been restored. It's never had anything major done to it. It's not the fanciest truck on the planet. It's not the nicest, but it gets the job done. So what we have here is the factory 383 big block. Many moons ago it had a battery explosion, so that's something that needs to be dealt with, but we'll get there. Currently it's running a Edelbrock 4-barrel. I never know how to pronounce that properly, do you?
No.
I can never get it. Nick's Garage says Edelbrock. I don't know. Anyways, it's an Edelbrock 750 CFM mechanical secondary 4-barrel. We've upgraded it to electronic ignition with a Mopar orange box and of course electronic distributor. Still running the old style voltage regulator. She has a little tendency to overcharge, but we just keep an eye on her for now. Closed loop cooling system put in it because I used the truck and I don't want to be dumping antifreeze on the ground. Aluminum radiator ordered from Champion Cooling. I'd recommend it to anybody. This particular rad is technically for a 68 Dodge Charger with a 440 in it. We adapted it to fit the truck because nobody has an aftermarket aluminum radiator and the original split the tank open on it. Radiator is just a little transmission cooler. Helps keep that big 727 cool. This truck had power steering to begin with. It's gone now. It was a very odd type. If there's any old Mustang guys out there, you might know it. They had a hydraulic cylinder on the tie rod that would assist you with steering. I canceled that out and set up the steering box to be manual. Upgraded the, it still has drum brakes, but I went with a little bit newer master. Again, you have to excuse how dirty it is. I mean, we drive it and it's a survivor. So one day when we can afford it, hopefully because you all will subscribe, it'll get restored. So D200 Camper Special, 383 big block hooked to the factory automatic 727 transmission. Dana 60 HD in the rear with 410s and SUBCRIBE, which is the Chrysler terminology for posi traction, etc., etc. Drives me nuts online when I find that out, or I see that they've said posi and it's a Dodge. So Dodge is SUBCRIBE, Jeep is track lock, Chevrolet is posi traction, and Ford, I don't know, most of the time they're on a tow truck, so I wouldn't know what they have. That's about it underneath the hood. It's wired here so I can tow a trailer with it. This is for the brake controller. All this is probably going to get redone as soon as we can afford it. I use the truck quite a bit to drive. I love the old girl, and I mean, she's still kicking. It's over 50 years old and it's never been restored. It's never had paint work. The engine's never been out, the transmission's never been out. I'm gonna close the hood harder because it's old. There we go. Oh, there's a plate lock. Stay there, buddy. We have a quick peek inside here.
Come on. Oh. Oh boy.
So this is all stock inside, except for the aftermarket gauges there. Here, let me take over for a minute here, Uncle Bob. So here we got the obligatory aftermarket gauges: volt, oil pressure, and water temperature. Factory dash automatic shifter. The thing on the bottom of the shifter there, that's for the brake controller. That's tucked up underneath the dash. Same with that little screen you see at the column. That tells me how much energy is going to the brakes on a scale of 1 to 10. And it's old, so we got the fire extinguisher. I mean, she's not fancy in here. It's It's never been restored. Custom Princess Auto floor mat headliner. Gotta love it. It does the job for now. These snaps here on the back window. The truck had a camper on it from the day it got picked up until I believe 1998. And these snaps, the back window was out of the truck and these snaps went to a leather tube that went to the camper. This truck's sister is a 1971 short box Adventurer. I bought both the trucks together years ago, and I had intended to restore them both at the same time, but I got incredibly sick, and yeah, it takes a lot of money to restore vehicles. We got the custom rawhide sun visors put in there by the previous owner. I'm only the second person to own the truck. So when you take a look in the back here, I haven't rhino lined it yet because I intend to restore the truck, and I'll get that done when I do it. But there's no big dents or impact marks inside the box because it had a camper in it its entire life. I find it funny when people are shocked when I use the truck for work. It'll tow heavy trailers. It'll haul pretty much anything I want it to. It's got a 10-ton hitch on the back. It's the same size as the new Rams come with. It does attract a lot of attention. So she does have the odd flaw. As Scott would say, here's Grandpa's old whiskey dent. Still has the lens on it though. How it didn't break the lens, I'm not sure. But that's a classy whiskey dent right there. I haven't been able to find any body filler in the whole truck, so we're doing good there. That's the factory option bumper. It actually is designed to slide on the frame rails to come out for a camper. Now that's not the way I have it set up obviously, but it's pretty neat nonetheless. So if you guys haven't seen Cold War Motors on YouTube, make sure you hit them up. Big shout out to all the agents and especially Scott and Dean. You gotta watch the channel just for Dean. If you haven't seen Cold War Motors on YouTube, check them out for sure. So just some more stuff about the truck. We're just running some basic white spokes on it. The original rim size is a 16.5. It's no good for anybody. They're impossible to find tires for. Fuel tank wise, it's got 2 saddle tanks and the cab tank. This tank's completely taken out of the truck. This one's deactivated. We're just running it on the 1 saddle tank at the moment. There's no need to haul around that much fuel anyways. Basic stock inside. Give you a quick look from this side. I always enjoy this. This is the factory installed dealer prepped brake controller that actually used to run off the hydraulics. Neat little piece to have in there. Just a cheapy little tack to keep an eye on the RPMs. And this is a custom cab, so it had the option of the white steering wheel. Of course, it's got the automatic with the dash shift, and that bezel right here was considered an option. Same with the 2 sun visors. Now those sun visors are the custom ones, and that's a custom Blake dog. We'll hop in, I'll give her a quick fire up here and we'll let you guys listen to the shop. So I'm just running your basic 2.5-inch exhaust. It's got thrust welded turbo mufflers on it. Basically it's a cheap alternative to running the Flowmaster Super 40, and it's a little quieter. I prefer the sound that the truck makes. And as you can see, she's in amazing condition. She's always been taken care of and loved. I mean, heck, when you start naming your cars, that tells you something.